Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Marco Polo back with you. I'd like to start this one out with a verse from Matthew chapter 5, verse 7, where mercy is shown, mercy is given. A merciful heart will receive mercy. Okay, what I'm noticing out here is it it seems like the prize or the rabbit that everybody's chasing is further and faster than you can run. It's almost like, let's say, metaphorically speaking, like the carrot on the stick, and you're following it, trying to, maintain a lifestyle or, you know, take care of a family. And you will have success and you will have failures, but you never, ever quite reach that carrot because you're chasing. That's why. When you chase the carrot, when you chase the rabbit, when you chase something, it's like the attraction. You're coming at it and it's leaving you. When you're not coming at it, a lot of times it will come to you. And you can totally, change your perspective, change your approach, and find massive amounts of success in the process. Not always, but it's a different way of thinking. And if things haven't always worked out for you the way you thought they would or the way you planned them, maybe it's time to approach life from a different angle. I digress. But what it seems to be is we have a system in society that is farming us out. We are being drained for our energy. The system, like it was said so well in an old song by a group called the Smashing Pumpkins. They said the world is a vampire. They suck. They literally suck the energy, the life out of each and every one of us on a daily basis. You get up, that's for the working class and everyone else. You get up, you go to a job. Many times you struggle just to get there on time. You're in a hurry. You don't want to be late. There's consequences for that. You have, precious amounts of time that, you set yourself to schedule, that goodbye for your children as they go to school, or that little breakfast that you make for your significant other, or vice versa. And these little moments, what make up our day are very special and they help us get through our day, but that is routine. And it is just keeping our spirits and hopes up for the eventual entry into the matrix, which is sucking the life and energy out of you. You spend more time, I spend more time out there in the world with people that I don't want to really be around, doing things that I wouldn't prefer to be doing in order to take care of the people back home. And it gets exhausting after, a period of time. It doesn't really take long. But then, you turn around and say you've been doing it for decades, a whole career. You've been working hard and you've been putting in that effort and that time, and you bought the lie. You bought the lie that you are more so like a robot or a cog in the wheel, plugged into the matrix. And, they keep us in many times just comfortable enough to stay where we are. Don't go too far. It could be dangerous. Don't venture out. You could screw everything up. Life can change. And also in that sentence there, life can change. Lots of speed bumps keep coming up. Me personally, 2026 has been hard in a way that financially, one hit after another, and they just keep coming and coming. But you know what? I stand like the tree up against the wind. Hopefully I don't break, but the wind pushes me and I hold steady. I hold steady because that's what I need to be as an example for the people around me, the ones who look up to me, and you as well. We do bend and then we don't break, but we hold steady. Since we are being drained of our energy on a daily basis, a lot of times we come home and we don't have enough left to give to our children or our friends or our spouse, significant other. And it makes relationships strained, and it also creates a distance. It creates a sadness, and that's where the United States is, I see, as a whole right now, in a perpetual sadness, being that fathers are not spending enough time with children. The cell phones are becoming a distraction, and that's on all fronts. And also, cell phones are necessary, or at least they appear to be necessary, in order to function in life, because so many things are online now, and we have these personal computers in our pockets. Also, we need to just maintain. We need to do our best and keep it going. It's not an easy road out here. It's not an easy path. No one ever said it would be easy. It wasn't easy before. I understand people say, oh, back in the day, one man could have a job and he could support a whole family, buy a house, take vacations, have 2 cars, kids go to college, yada, yada. Yeah, life was, in a way, more simple back then, but life will always find a way to wreck you. Even if financially things are going well, something else can come along. So don't, hang your hat on, oh, if I just get more money, everything will be all right. I cannot guarantee you that everything will be all right. Me personally, I look upstairs. I look to the Father for guidance and for my security and my family's security. Now, I'm not passive in any way. If trouble comes to my doorstep, I thank God that I'm given the proper amount of instincts to recognize that, and given the proper amount of training and intuition to do something maybe before something happens to one of us. Folks, there are wolves out here in this world, and they're circling. They're all looking around and they're circling. When times are tough for everybody, even the bad ones. So, it gets a little more desperate in these times. When the money is not stretching so far, the paychecks aren't going where they used to go, and the cost of your food and daily, necessities has doubled basically within the last 5 years. More people living paycheck to paycheck, and that number is growing. We were at about, I think, around 67%. Fix me if I'm quoted wrong. 67 to 75% of all people polled in these different polls say or state missing one paycheck would be catastrophic to their home and to their lives. I believe that. Personally, I've been in that situation. I try not to. A helicopter going by, you might hear it. I try not to dwell in that state. I try to put a little bit up, save a little bit, 10% into a emergency fund, something that could float you by, say if a paycheck didn't make it, or 2 or 3, something that could get you by, because it's such a relief to have that little bit of cushion. It really is. And folks, if you don't have that cushion, you need to get that cushion. And we're struggling anyways. So if you have to struggle to get the cushion, damn it, you're struggling anyways. So get that. Anyways, if anything I'm saying resonates with you, leave a comment below. Let me know what's going on or what you think about the world being a vampire and how it's sucking the life out of each and every one of us on a daily basis. Soul sucking, these jobs, these wages, this economy. it's utterly, trash. But there are some bright spots, and those bright spots are you and me. And we can make it better for ourselves. There are ways to do it. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not going to be easy, but it is possible. Anyways, don't give up hope, folks. This is Marco Polo. I hope y'all have a great day. Take care. Peace.